Hi, my name's Joshua Spasiuk. Behind me is the Sundance TransAlta coal power plant at Wabamun Lake. Established in 1986, it is the largest coal power plant in Western Canada. We're going to talk about the Sundance coal power plant by looking at how it affects its environment, namely the water and the air. We'll also take a look at how the plant works, as well as what the future has in store for coal power. So let's get into it. This is Wabamun Lake. The Sundance power plant is situated here. The plant takes water from the lake, turns it into steam, condenses it, and puts it into this tailings pond. From the tailings pond, the water is re-emitted back into the lake. In 2014, Alberta produced about 14,000 megawatts of electricity. About 6,000 megawatts was produced by coal power plants. The one behind me, Sundance, produced about a quarter of that electricity. Every year, it produces about 1,500 megawatts of electricity with its 6 turbines. It has a peak capacity of 2,100 megawatts of electricity. All of this production of electricity results in a large emission of CO2 gas. In fact, it is the second largest single producer of CO2 in all of Canada. Every year, this power plant produces about 10 tons of CO2, which is a lot, as well as numerous heavy metals which are leached into the water and the sediments surrounding the lake. This can have serious adverse effects on both the water quality and the air quality. Dead fish. This is one of many consequences that the plant may have on the lake. In 2006, a test was conducted that found a 70% capture rate of the mercury produced by the burning of coal in this power plant. However, that means that 30% of the mercury still finds its way into the environment. According to the Wabamun Watershed Management Council, the sediments around the lake have increased in mercury content. However, there is still no data to suggest that the water levels have increased in mercury content. This lake is defined as a healthy lake by the Alberta Water Quality Guidelines. This is good news for fishing, water sports, and other recreational activities. However, if the plant continues to leach heavy metals into the water and surrounding areas, then
my kids won't be able to ski like me!
let's look at how the steam turbine works. First, the boiler is filled up with water from the lake. Next, the coal is burned to heat up the water into steam. As we can see, using hot glue for a steam turbine is not the best idea, even if it's for a small model. Nonetheless, I will still explain how it works. Water from the boiler, now turned to steam, enters into the turbine. Once in the turbine, it rotates and ejects here. This will go back into the tailings pond. The generator would then put power into a transformer, which would then be sent to Edmonton or surrounding areas. Due to the fact that the plant takes water from the lake, turns it into high-pressure steam, releases it into a tailings pond, which then flows into the lake, the water temperature increases dramatically. That's toasty. So why might warmer water temperatures be bad? Well, as you probably know, oxygen has decreased solubility in warmer waters as opposed to cold waters. This means less oxygen for fish, plants, and other aquatic life. In addition, coal power plants typically have an average efficiency of about 30%. This is very low when compared to other forms of energy, such as nuclear, which may have efficiencies of up to 90%. Although nuclear has its own ups and downs, I believe it is the most sustainable way to rid ourselves of our dependency on coal. There used to be another plant on the other side of this lake. However, it was decommissioned a couple of years ago. Hopefully the Sundance power plant and all other coal power plants follow suit. In conclusion, we looked at the coal power plant at Wabamun Lake, we saw how it affected its environment, we looked at how the plant works, and we also touched briefly on alternative sources of power as opposed to dirty coal. Hopefully, with the proper legislation, soon the coal power plants in Alberta will go the way of the dodo bird.